Am I the a-hole for only buying food for myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's read. Let's see what happened. I, 19 female, have been home from college for about a month now. I live at home with my mom, her boyfriend, my two younger sisters, both 15 female, and her boyfriend's two sons, 13 male and 12 male. I didn't even know his kids were living here permanently until I got back for summer break. I don't have a problem with them personally. We barely speak. The only thing is food in this house disappears constantly. Yeah, there's a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 girls and 2 boys, teenagers. It's not that my mom and her boyfriend don't buy groceries. They do, but no matter how much food is in the house, it's gone in a day or two. My younger sister and stepbrothers, I guess, eat all the time. They'll eat a full breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then still go downstairs constantly throughout the day and night, making snacks, extra meals, or just raiding the fridge. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Sometimes they make 10 different things between meals. Even with leftovers, I'll come home and there's nothing left. I've asked my mom about it and she'll say she told them to save me some, but they never do. It's happened so many times that I just gave up. I started putting food aside before I leave the house, but even then someone would eat it. So now I've started just door dashing my own food or cooking my own food and keeping it in my mini fridge from college. I stock it with groceries I buy with my own money and just cook for myself when I need to eat. I don't touch the shared food anymore and I don't ask anyone to share mine. When my mom and her boyfriend are at work and the fridge is empty and my siblings are hungry because they ate all the food in 2 days, I don't bat an eye because it's not my fault or responsibility. The other day, my mom made a comment about how I only think about myself, and I should think about the house as a whole. My sisters are playing a part in this, but majority of it is on her boyfriend's kids. Before I left for college, they didn't live here. Food would last. I told that to my mom, and she's like, they're still growing, and you're just being dramatic because you don't like them living here. That's not the case at all. I get that maybe I'm wrong for door dashing or cooking food while they're hungry, but I'm also tired of being hungry and stressed in my own home. They don't think about me while they're eating my leftovers. Am I the asshole?
God, I don't like that one. That one's hard. That one's really, really difficult for me. I get it, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, they're your stepbrothers and they're hungry and you're ordering some food. You probably shouldn't be eating in front of them, But I get the other side too. So I don't know. What's your thoughts?
So I think as the parent, I would feel grateful that one of my kids is self-sufficient enough to take care of their own food. And because it sounds like they're struggling keeping food in the house. And so my stepdaughter works and she goes through her money kind of fast, but a lot of times she'll buy some stuff that she wants in the house and puts it in the fridge, or she'll order her stuff. She's like, I'm gonna order myself a meal, and she will ask her brother, do you want something, and obviously she can't afford to feed the whole family, and nor would I expect her to. She's a little bit older than this person, but not by much. But this is a 19-year-old girl who's in college and probably works part-time. She obviously can't afford to feed 6 extra people.
Yeah.
Even 4, even if she just fed the 4 other kids, that's a lot. We're a family of 4.
Right.
And sometimes I'm like, wow, that was really expensive. So I can't imagine being a kid and wanting to get myself something to eat. And so I think the mom should probably think about it in the fact that, hey, at least one of my kids is handling her business and I don't have to worry about feeding her.
Right. Right. No, I get that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a little confused here. Is the daughter not buying food for the rest of them because she can't afford it?
She's 19. She's just home from college.
She says she doesn't bat an eye when they're
hungry. That's the part I think maybe where she is a little bit of the a-hole. But they're hungry because they ate all the food and they're eating her food. They don't care if she's hungry. But
what's the age?
They're 15. So
15,
her sisters
13.
are 15, and then the 2 boys are 13 and 12. So my son is 12, and he is a hungry machine.
Yeah.
They do eat a lot.
For me, this one's kind of tough. I wouldn't expect her to have to do all this, but I mean, if they are hungry and she can't take care of them, I don't know that I think it's bad that she does. Obviously, I don't know the mom and dad's financial situation,
and I think it's because she's saying they do buy food, they have food, they just eat a ton, which maybe she just finds some less expensive snacks that she keeps aside, and if they're hungry she offers them that. But
Right.
I mean, I don't think it should be on this 19-year-old
No.
to ensure that everybody has enough food in their bellies. Would it be nice occasionally? And I love when Lily asks Ev if they want if he wants food, and she orders for both of them, and then I'm like, cool, it's just me and you for dinner tonight, mate. We can have whatever we want. We don't have to worry. We just take care of us.
Yeah.
It is like a little treat as a parent. So, and I get mom's probably a little overwhelmed too, feeding the growing boys, and they are growing boys. They're hungry. They're hungry.
They're probably eating like grown men at this point,
So I don't know.
I'm gonna go on the fence here with this one here. I'm a little on both sides. I don't want to call her the a-hole. I don't want to call the parents an a-hole on this one. I'm kind of in the middle.
So the alternative is she doesn't order food for herself. So maybe the difference is the DoorDash versus the groceries. I don't know. But so then if she just doesn't feed herself, then she comes home and there's no food for her.
That ain't fair to her. Yeah. So you just threw a curveball at me.
I know. Listen, I think if she can afford it, like if Lil had a ton of money and she's over here ordering herself really extravagant DoorDash meals, and if we were all starving, that's mean. Be thoughtful. You want kids that are thoughtful. Yeah. And I don't know if maybe it is an issue with them moving in that she's having, but she's saying it's not that. It's just that they're not leaving her any food. So she figured out how to fix her issue.
Right.
By getting her own food and her own.
And then at that point, it's really up to the parents to figure out how to
feed their kids.
They're
not her kids.
They're her stepkids.
They're her step siblings and her sisters.
Well, I'm talking about.
The mom. Yeah, but this person who's asking if she's the a-hole, they're not her. Technically, they're not her responsibility. Right. Again, culturally, we have a thing where we want to take care of our siblings, and I think you want myself, I would always buy my sister stuff. If I bought myself something, I would have bought my sister some. Yeah. Not always my brother. He was older than me. He could get his own stuff.
Poor Larry.
but I do always, like, if I bought myself something, I bought my sister something too.
Well,
that's a tough one. It is a tough one. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
This is a tough one. So, I don't want to make a call on this one. I really don't.
No, you're like, I hate this one. So far, everybody's saying not the a-hole. Let's read what a few people are saying. Not the a-hole. Tell the adults in the house to feed their own fucking children. Jesus. Somebody else said so much this. Not your kids, not your job. They shouldn't be snacking as entertainment either, but that's bad parenting for another story. Kids that age snack. 12-year-olds, 13-year-old boys, they snack all day. Sometimes I'm just like, I just need to go buy snacks to keep Evan busy. Yeah. Says this, provided that the breakfast, lunch, and dinner are full nutritional. Oh, she did say that. So they're not starving. They're not hungry. They're not going without food, I guess. So provided that the breakfast, lunch, and dinner are full nutritional meals, they should only be needing 1 or 2 snacks. Either these kids aren't being fed properly by the parents, or they're eating out of boredom because they need some sensory input. Either way, not OP's job to keep their sisters and random mom's boyfriend's kids fed.
I agree with the comments.
Yeah. So they're talking about, there's a few other comments about teenage boys and how hungry they are and how they eat.
Let me ask you a question about the AITA, the Am I the Asshole, or Am I the A-hole? Oops, I said the bad word.
I said 2 bad words already. 2 bad words.
So, what is the point of this Reddit? Is it for people to get validation that they're right about what they're being accused of being wrong about? Is that what this is about?
Yeah, so it's just kind of asking for input. I think it's kind of like, have you never questioned if you're the a-hole? Because you should. There's times you probably should be.
I've never questioned myself.
You never think to yourself, was that me? Was that on me? No.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I've never thought, am I an a-hole? I'm going to go to the internet and just ask a bunch of random people. Do you guys think I'm wrong, or do you think they're wrong? That's never occurred to me. Have there been times where things have happened and I felt the need to apologize? Yeah, absolutely. More times than I'd like to admit. Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Because that's what you're asking. What is am I the a-hole? Like, it's people who are like, maybe I was wrong here. Well, and I think there's always, So,
You're
so
asking
I
for
actually
validation.
but I actually think it's probably because she's a good person that she's asking, am I the a-hole? Because there is probably a part of her, it's like, when I order for myself, I would normally order for, like I said, my sister or somebody else. So
Yeah, 100%.
but
yeah.
she can't afford to feed 6 other
No,
people.
yeah.
And so that's, even as a parent, sometimes when I want to get myself a treat, like I'm like thinking I want a Starbucks or something, and I
You're
know
thinking
the
about
kids
everybody
are going to
else,
want
yeah.
a Starbucks, and then it's like, if I go, do I have to buy everybody something? Can I just get myself a treat? And
Yeah.
you know, because as
And I
parents,
say yes.
we need a treat also. And but it's definitely, it's hard for me to even come home with something and not something for the kids, right? So it's
Yeah.
usually I end up like just getting them a little cake pop or something,
Yeah, even if it's nothing too expensive,
you
something.
know. But so it is, so I can understand that, and sometimes it just feels overwhelming, and I can't imagine trying to feed 6 additional people in addition to myself.
I'm going on the record.
Okay.
Not the a-hole.
Yeah.
Not
That's
the
the
a-hole.
correct answer. I'm just kidding. You
there's
could
a
have
right
any
or wrong
answer. No, you could have any. You could have your opinion this time. Just kidding. Always. Always.
You guys are getting a glimpse right here. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't think she is. I could see if it was like just every now and then she's getting herself a treat, and there's not the other issues in the household, and she's not thinking about other people,
Right.
or thinking, hey, let me bring home a box of donuts for the fam, or you know, maybe she just occasionally does something like that, like brings home something for everybody that's not super expensive and treats everybody, but then in the meantime has her
I found
food.
this one a bit more difficult to try to analyze and break down and kind of figure out who's right or wrong, because I could kind of see both people's perspectives on this whole thing. But yeah, I do think deep down I kind of feel like she's not the a-hole, because it's not her responsibility. You know what I mean?
And it's okay if you disagree with us too. Leave it in the comments. Tell us. It's okay. I like a different perspective. I like to hear some, like I said, some of it's cultural, some of it's just different, you know, different expectations. And if that's the case, and I can't eat in the house when everybody else is hungry, do I eat outside, or like do I find a way around it? You know.
Yeah. Or culturally, right? Everybody does things differently. I mean, so many different opinions and thoughts out there, I'm sure. So with that being said, we would love to hear from you guys down below. Make sure you guys message. Let's keep this conversation going.
Just like Anthony's allowed, you're allowed to have your own opinion as well.
Yeah. I'm only allowed my opinion like once a week. I mean, it's... So this was my only opinion for the week. I'm all out.
Now put it away.
All right, you guys.
Bye.